board riders and you're watching Southern Expeditions!
Coming up in this episode, we explore the ancient waterways of the Fortescue River before meeting up with the Crackerjack Paddle Group and the Northwest Board Riders Club. The Fortescue River is 760 kilometres long. It starts at the Ophthalma Range near Newman, Western Australia, passes through the Chichester Plateau and Hamersley Ranges and empties into the Indian Ocean 100 kilometres south of Karratha. We plan to arrive on location several hours before the paddlers to explore the area in more detail. The Fortescue only flows seasonally or when significant rain is in the area. We're keen to see just how much water there is and make sure we can actually get there. We find that the rain has transformed the normally harsh terrain into a green oasis in the desert. There are elevated camping spots where often the ground is too hard for tent pegs, but it is now softened by the rain and in perfect condition for camping. There are shady trees, abundant wildlife, a spectacular view of the river, and the idyllic sound of running water, broken only by the noise of our V8 engine echoing temporarily from the canyon walls. Along the way, we pull up at an interesting formation of rocks that appear to be stacked like an archaic Jenga puzzle. They are banded iron formations created by remnants of seabeds layer upon layer over time. Each rock that we touch moves easily, and it feels as if we could bring the whole structure down, so we leave it alone to stand another million years. Returning to the cruiser, we make our way up to the Fortescue Lookout, a great spot with a view of the river as far as the eye can see. Aboriginal people of the Pilbara originally came from the area near Gregory's Gorge and then spread throughout the region along the Fortescue River as far east as Uluru. The Fortescue River falls within the boundaries of Karratha Station, once owned by the Leslie family and purchased by Hamersley Iron in 1966. Normanna Leslie described her first impressions of the country when she arrived in 1934 like coming home to an oasis, and I couldn't agree more. For most of its recent history, the area was a sheep station, was one of the first to diversify into cattle, and was once owned by mining magnate Lang Hancock. Hamersley Iron hold the lease for grazing, but also to control access for future exploration and mining. The Pilbara is sometimes a lesser known tourist area than the Kimberleys, but with gems such as this one and many of the same draw cards, it is certainly worth a visit. And with no crocodiles this far south, the swimming holes are that much more relaxing and perfect for activities like stand-up paddleboarding. And we'd get to the best paddling spots much quicker if we didn't take a shortcut and almost get bogged.
Alright, so who are you guys?
Well, I'm Jackie from Crackerjack Paddle Sports, and these guys are the Northwest Board Riders from the Northwest Board Riders Social Stand-Up Paddleboard Club.
How long have you guys been going now?
The club itself has been running for 12 months. Crackerjack's been going for 2 years. So Crackerjack Paddle Sports demos for the stand-up surf shop in North Fremantle, and we have a unique partnership where we offer free shipping to anyone buying boards in the Perth, which can save you up to $250, which is a lot when you've already paid for a paddleboard. Have about 12 different styles of boards that you can try before you buy with no obligation. So if you're looking to buy, give Crackerjack a call. We can meet you at a beach. You can try all the different styles, find what board is right for you before you go and purchase. Because as we all know, living in the Pilbara, most of our shopping is done online, and it's very hard to get what you want from looking at a picture. So you can come to me, get ideas. There's no obligation to buy, but at least you can find the right one for you, which is something that I'm passionate about.
Had a trip this year where we had a mum and a baby whale come right up in front of us, so that was mind-blowing.
Within 5 metres, the baby car was breaching in front of us.
There were tears, it was emotional.
And for me, my probably bucket list moment was when these guys dropped me at Mallis Island and I got to paddle back to Dampier. And I nearly made it except for a giant dredger in the way. But
we did. That was a huge day.
That was
my biggest paddle as well, like all the way from Marnie into Brumbles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Worked out around 20 k's, so
Beautiful.
that was fun.
That was a good bucket list moment.
Have you been out to Fortescue before?
No, I haven't been up to this section before at all. And obviously the water's been fairly low for the last few years, so it's pretty nice to come out here and have flowing water and enjoy the inland waterways.
Yeah, what do you think of that bit of rain? Did you start ticking off in your mind all the different places that you can go now with the fresh water coming through?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, it's just such a beautiful area when there's water around. It's still beautiful, but that's the beauty of stand-up paddleboard is once there's a little bit of water, you can pretty much go anywhere. That's it, up that way. Put it on the ground.
Where's next on your list, on your to-do list for paddling?
Oh, for the group, the next to-do list, probably there's a creek on Enderby Island that's a tidal creek, goes up a couple of 100 metres. We'd really like to do that as a group.
Beautiful. So you'll need to get some boats out there and a bit of logistics to do that?
Yeah, it does take a little bit of logistics and lining it up for the tides and that type of thing. Yep.
Nice. Where's the most unique place you have all been paddling so far?
Recently I just did Yardie Creek in Exmouth. That was amazing.
Yeah,
went from coast all the way into the gorges. That was lovely. And we just did Millstream a couple of weeks ago as well, so that was really fun because the water's up nice and high. Exploring the islands is fun.
Oh, it is too. Definitely awesome. Like when we did that little paddle down
Sea Ripple
Passage, just exploring all along the coast and
the
like,
rock art.
It's beautiful. It's just amazing, and what you see, the sea life up here is prolific.
What was the best bit about today for you?
Oh, you know, it's the contrast to the Pilbara landscape. So being able to paddle up alongside those big red rocky cliffs full of iron, and you can see the caves and the infrastructure and the geology. I don't know, for me, I'm a nature nerd, so I get off on that kind of stuff. What about you guys?
Oh, awesome. I think it's fantastic to drive out here, and although it's looking pretty green out here at the moment, normally you just see the red rock and the spin effects, you don't think much, you would not guess that this was here. So just to go off the beaten track, down a little bit, and you find something like this, and like Jack said, paddling past those cliffs, it was just totally awesome. It was amazing, and it's just beautiful, and it just, I guess it speaks to your soul a little bit, and you kind of feel like in touch with nature. I know it sounds a bit corny, but you know.
No, 100%.
What about the black swans?
Yeah.
Not many people would imagine there'd be black swans out
We're
in
a
the
bit
middle of
spoiled because we go to Murray Pool quite a bit, so there's a couple of black swans that hang out there.
What skill levels do you teach?
beginners all the way to advanced. So if you've never been on a SUP before, we've had as young as 0 years old babies on the front with their mum, up to the oldest person we've taught to paddle has been 75 so far. So hopefully we get some more oldies
Beautiful.
coming along.
And you got some races coming up that you're going to be entering, or some of your members are entering?
Yeah, so for the board riders, we've got state titles are in September, which I'm going to be heading down to, and we've also got a relay race in September, which I'm hoping that these lovely ladies join me for, and then the big race at the end of the year, the King of the Cut, which is 25k downwind.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah.
Alrighty. How do people get in contact with you if they want to?
They can check out my website, www.crackerjackpaddlesports.net. Look us up on Facebook, Instagram, or give me a call on 0432 554 635.
So if you want to join the Board Riders Club, how do you get in contact with you guys?
Probably the easiest way is our Facebook page. It's manned quite frequently, all day, every day, by one of the members. Just message us and we'll get back to you. You can even PM one of the members if you know who they are.
Exploring the Fortescue River was an absolute blast. We'd like to extend a big thank you to Crackerjack Paddle Sports and Northwest Board Riders for joining us, and to Clinton from Ngurrangga Tours for his historical information of the area. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram and YouTube for more Summit X adventures.